Okay friends, the first thing we have to do to get started on our job is to safely raise and support the rear of the truck so the wheel's off the ground. After that, remove all of your lug nuts and then remove the wheel. Wheels off, we have a nice clear view of our rear flex hose. You can tell the reason why we're replacing ours. Something that you're going to want to do is spray down the bleeder screw on the caliper with some penetrant. That's going to help make sure that this can open up. Let's go ahead and open this up now. Okay, once you're sure that it opens up, go ahead and close it up. Now we're going to make our way over to the center flex hose. Let's go ahead and pinch that off. That's going to help restrict the brake fluid from getting down to that flex hose as we replace it. So now the next thing we're going to do is come over to this area of the brake line where it connects onto the flex hose. We want to go ahead and break this free. Use some penetrant on that as well. Okay, that's broken free. I'm just going to snug it up real quick. The next thing we want to pay attention to is this mounting bolt up here. That should be holding this bracket still right up against the differential. Ours is broken, but for you, go ahead and remove that bolt. Be careful not to break it. Now we're going to go ahead and remove this banjo bolt right here. Just be careful because of course brake fluid is going to come out of this area. Make sure you have a collection receptacle. Now let's go ahead and get our hose off the line. There it is, friends. With the hose out of the way, let's go ahead and clean this up. After that, we'll come over here. You want to pay attention to the caliper. Make sure you don't see one of the gaskets on there. If you see copper, it's probably a gasket. Get that right out of here. Just make sure you clean up this area so there's no debris in the hole. Now that we clean the caliper, let's go ahead and clean this as well. We'll get the gasket off of there. Wipe it down, make sure it's in good condition. Now it's time to install our brand new flex hose. Let's go ahead and start the line in here first. We're not going to tighten this yet. Now we'll move along to this area over here. Now it's going to be time to connect it to the caliper. Let's take our banjo bolt with one of our new gaskets. You definitely want to make sure you're not using any of your old gaskets. Slide it right on there. We're going to slide it through the hose. You're going to notice on the hose itself, you have this little piton that sticks out. That's going to be facing towards you, the flat sides facing towards the caliper. Let's take our other gasket, slide it right on there. So now we have one on both sides of the hose. And then we'll line it up on here and start it in. Now that we have it bottomed out, let's torque this to 37 foot-pounds. Now the next thing you would want to do is go ahead and remount this to the differential. Go ahead and put in the bolt and then snug it up. After that, you're going to move along to this joint right here. I'm going to have to drill out this bolt hole, so that'll be a story for a different day. Okay, that's nice and tight. So now you just want to double check everything. Make sure the line's tight. Make sure your mounting bolt up here is tight. Make sure that the banjo bolt is torqued. After that, we're going to come over here to the center flex hose. We'll remove the crimpers. And then, of course, you're going to continue on by manually bleeding your rear brakes. Let's get the wheel up on here. Start all of your lug nuts. We'll snug them up, and then we'll torque them to 165 foot-pounds. Okay friends, that job's all done. Now what we have left to do is go ahead and pump up the brake pedal, make sure it's nice and firm. After that, get under your hood, make sure your brake fluid's full. Then, go ahead and take it for a road test.